So when I make this shift with companies, this is like the big aha moment right here is, oh, I don't have to get really good at pitching my stuff because that feels kind of yucky. And if we're being honest, most prospects don't respond that well to it anyways. I have to get really good at explaining from the customer's point of view, like the problem that they have that we solve for. And I have to speak in their language. There's less pressure when you ask someone how something resonates versus pitching them to get a yes or no answer. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to show you in this document what that actually looks like. Okay. So second part of the document, and again, I'm going to share this with you guys in the chat before we take off. So we got the targeting piece, the messaging piece next. So everything that we talked about is summarized here. You want to build what's called a messaging matrix. So this is for a different company that sells into K through 12 education. So their customer, their prospect is a director of curriculum and education. And look at this. What we said was, hey, what are their priorities? So in other words, if they had a whiteboard here and it had their goals listed out for the year, what would be on that list? And you know what wouldn't be on that list? Learning software, classroom software. Like none of that stuff is on that priority list. The things that they want to accomplish that their solution can help with is on that list. So it was unfinished learning, student engagement, and teacher buy-in. Those are the three things that they figure out. Every prospect they talk to, there's a theme around one or more of these priorities. And then what we did is we said, hey, with unfinished learning, if we're trying to improve test scores because they're down because of COVID, let's say, and we've been in a virtual learning environment, what are they using right now? Okay, they might be using an assessment solution, or they might just be relying on state tests and creating a pacing plan. Well, what's the problem with that? Well, it's inconsistent data. It makes it too late to take action. It's lagging, right? Versus being proactive. We get surprised at the end of the year. And what we really want is we want consistent data that drives the direction that we need to improve the learning outcomes. And we want to reach our learning targets and increase our graduation rates, right? And here's a way that we could kind of talk about that. So the next thing that you need to do, and the best way to do this is as a sales org. So again, for those enablement and sales leaders on the call today, the best way to do this exercise is you get your best sales leaders, people from the marketing department, your best reps in terms of the people that sell to those personas. You get them into a small group of 5 to 10, and you guys workshop this out for each of your personas. And the acid test is around your language. Yeah, Duran, I'm going to talk about, you asked how this combines with the cold call intro. I'm going to show you how this connects to the cold call intro. It's pretty cool. So language, the acid test is, are these words and phrases our prospects would use? 2, is it buyer centric? Is this actually what they talk about, or is it more about our solution? And 3, is it super specific? So with your messaging, you know you've nailed this exercise if in your cold calls and your sales calls, when you use this, because it could be used in both contexts, if people start saying things like, wow, have you been like listening into our meetings or something? You should get responses like that when you ask about these things.